Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, Professor.
Good
How are you?
afternoon, Professor.
How are you doing?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, Miss Carmela. How are you?
Very well, thanks. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Here, yes. I need a call, but luckily today is sunny.
And few. Ya sé que quitar mi abrigo, ya no me hizo frío.
Okay, today we're going to start. Please register your attendance.
Okay, Professor.
Okay. Okay. Today we're going to start working with this.
Unidades.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Professor.
Good afternoon. How are you today? Mr. Samuel Machado.
I am fine, Professor.
Yes. Very good.
Good afternoon,
Excellent.
Professor.
Good afternoon. Okay, today we're going to talk about something that is related with the coherence and cohesion.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Okay. I found these two articles. The role of meta-discourse markers in comprehending text of reading comprehension. Books published in Iran and Oxford University Press. Okay, this is a very interesting article. And also the other, this is its investigation about how the meta-discourse markers helps to develop comprehension and helps students to read friendly books. Okay, and here examining the use of meta-discourse markers in academic writing. It's talking about how the meta-discourse markers we can the people who want to write something they can use meta-discourse markers so they can develop good papers. Okay, but first of all, we're going to talk about what is meta-discourse. Okay, let's open the lesson. We have lesson number 5 here. Okay.
Listen, ¿debemos marcar asistencia?
Yes, please. Always at the beginning of the class, you have to start marking your attendance. Okay, you can open this. We're going to open it. It's a bit slow. Can you see the lesson or no?
What did you say, Professor?
Can you see the lesson on the screen?
The title. And then this is a word.
Just the platform.
In the platform.
Lesson number 5.
Hi.
Meta discourse markers.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Here we are. We were talking about coherence. In this, author Ibrahimi said that it's considered as a distinctive feature for a test, which is achieved by fulfilling two components, including texture as a more important one, and structural and non-structural are the two aspects of texture. The earlier deals with the inter-sentence or intra-sentence structures, including meta-discourse markers. Okay, so we are going to talk about these things, okay? In this class, talk about intra-sentence, inter-sentence and intra-sentences, and the use of the meta-discourse markers, okay? But what is the importance of meta-discourse? Okay, we're going to watch this.
Teacher, if you, quizás si deja de compartir y lo vuelve a compartir porque no estamos viendo solo el título.
Okay, sorry.
Ujú.
You can open as well the article. Okay.
Good afternoon,
Professor.
Good afternoon. How are you? How are you being?
Ahora,
Yes. Okay. Okay. So we are going to read and we are going to answer this question. What is the importance of meta-discourse in reading comprehension? Okay. Who wants to read the first paragraph? A volunteer?
Me, Professor?
Please, Samuel.
Coherence?
What is the importance of meta-discourse? Chris Murray?
What is important of meta discourse? Chris Moore believed that in order for an author and announce that he is changing the subject or coming to a conclusion, that what he is asserting is more or less reliable, or that his ideas are important. He includes some meta-discourse in most texts. Without meta-discourse, he could not define term and acknowledge a difficult line of thought, or even the existence of an audience. She also mentioned that he writer or the speaker is responsible for providing appropriate transition statement when moving from the one idea to the next and to the place signal in the text regularly, so the receiver is able to see how the writer or the speaker intends the text together. These signals are called meta-discourse markers. The receiver of the message will better understand the author's text plan if he knows meta-discourse awareness and strategies of using it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what ideas can you find about meta-discourse here? What can you understand? Okay. What is meta discourse? What is importance? Why a book, a reader, or a reader should know how to work with this meta discourse? Anybody? No, only some. Anybody? Yes.
What he is asserting is more or less reliable. Yeah.
Yes.
Not defined term or knowledge, difficult.
Yes. Okay. So when the writing has use meta discourse markers, it's easy for the students to understand, to comprehend the text. Okay. But it's important to teach the students or the people to use this, to understand how they work these things, these signals, okay? Because this says the writer or the speaker is responsible for providing appropriate transition statements when moving from one idea to next, and to place signals in the text regularly, so the receiver is able to see how the writer or the speaker intends the text together. Okay, that's importance of meta discourse, because he continues to say these signals are called meta discourse markers. Okay, so if the reader or the reader in this case wants to understand
So, Professor, and good afternoon. All these transitions are called meta discourse makers.
Yes.
Okay,
We're going to learn some kind of meta discourse markers that we can find in a reading. Okay. Very good. So this is the first, why it's important, because we need to have clues to understand what we are reading. And these clues or signals are called meta discourse markers. Okay. Let's continue reading. Okay. Who wants to read the second paragraph?
I would like to read, Professor.
Please, Martha.
Thanks, Professor. Meta discourse embodies the idea that communication is more than just the exchange of information, goods, of services, but also involves the personalities, attitudes, and assumptions of those who are communicating.
Okay.
This definition, one can easily recognize that the terms meta discourse and research concerning these two concepts are essential for our understanding of the concept of communication. In the context of this study, we understand language as a tool for a social interaction and communication. Larsen, Freeman, aptly note the difficulty of defining discourse in a way that captures its complexity. Schifrin, Tannen, and Hamilton refer to discourse as being understood through three fundamental categories, as that which extend beyond the sentence, as language use, as a social practice that includes non-linguistic aspects.
Okay, so that. Okay, so that, good, very good. Okay, so this is another author is talking about meta discourse, and this time keep in mind that the person wants to communicate something, they have to use meta discourse, no? Okay. And you got it here. What else can you hear? Can you understand from here? What does meta discourse imply?
Or okay, what I understood by
Language is
Susan?
with
Okay, Susan? Okay.
all right. I understood that meta discourse also involves the personalities, attitudes, and assumptions of the people who are communicating.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Excellent. Okay. Good. Excellent. Good. And we have some categories here. That is same between the sentence, as language use, as a social practice that includes non-linguistic. Okay. Okay. Who wants to read the next? Or could you continue reading, Ms. Martha?
Thank you, Professor. I will.
Professor,
Okay.
I can.
Okay, Donna? Okay, Donna?
Okay. What is? Pardon?
Sorry. Okay, let's continue. Martha and then you, Donna, okay? The
Okay,
next.
okay.
Thank you.
Meta discourse is crucial to text creation because markers help to establish relationships between the speaker and writer, the listener and reader, the social culture context, and the specific communicative situation. In one respect, meta discourse guides how a message is interpreted because it also reflects the linguistic expression of sociocultural reality. This allows us to clarify essential details such as what the author is trying to say, his opinion on the topic, his arguments, and the content of the text. Of course, when we understand language use more deeply, we can use our knowledge to improve the quality of our own writing. Adding this type of words can help us express ourselves better in our non-native language. Wow, that's good. Help others understand what we have written and potentially improve our academic performance.
Okay. So what is meta discourse crucial to text creation in this case?
Establish a relationship between the writer and the reader, speaker.
Written and speakers.
Very
Establish a
good.
relationship.
Yes, Kali? Can you repeat please?
As my partner said, it's very helpful because meta discourse could establish a relationship between the speaker and writer.
Yes, that's it. Very good. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. It says adding this type of words can help us express ourselves better in our non-native language. Huh? That's important because sometimes we don't know how to communicate. Okay. Okay.
So
Yes,
the speaker or writer can manipulate the discourse.
Oh, well, yes. In this case, we were talking about this. Also, Cuevas Alonso Miguel wrote this article about how to work with meta discourse in writing. Okay.
Okay.
But it's important to know this because if we are readers, we have to know how to interpret this, no? This meta discourse. Okay. Okay, very good. So what is importance in few words? Who can summarize? Why is important meta discourse in reading comprehension?
Professor,
Yes.
meta discourse markers are also connect, organize text, or express attitude, to provide evidence to connect the reader and the writer too?
Yes, excellent. Very good. Okay. It helps the readers to understand, to get a better understanding of the text. Excellent. Okay. But what is meta discourse? Okay. Any other idea about what we have? Any other idea?
Maybe they are connectors, something like that, or not? I'm wrong. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Could be.
Yes, 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 yes.
First of all, could be the writer try to interact with the reader through the text.
So that's right. Very good. That's right. That's the idea. Okay. That's it. That's the idea. Okay. But what is meta discourse? Ahora, Donna. Do you read, Donna? What is meta discourse? Markers?
Yes. Okay. Meta discourse markers are words or phrases that help connect and organize text, express an attitude, provide evidence, connect the reader to the writer, and ensure that the text flows from one idea to the next. This term has been studied extensively by numerous linguists, including Ken Hyland and Annelie Adele Hyland, showed that meta-discourse essentially refers to how we use language out of consideration for our readers or listeners, based on our estimation of how we can best help them process and understand what we are saying. In this respect, according to Van Koppel, meta-discourse is discourse about discourse or communication about communication. Meanwhile, Highland referred to it as textual elements used to organize text, to indicate the writer's attitude and to make the intent message more effective and easier for the address reader to understand. Continue?
Okay, so there. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Good. So what is meta discourse in this paragraph? Markers, meta discourse markers.
Professor, at the very beginning of this sentence says that are words or phrases. When these words and phrases comes to my mind, like for example, connectors to understand one paragraph to another, because that helps us to connect and organize.
Yes, that's right. But
like finally, in addition.
Yeah, that's the idea. Good.
Like
very good, very good, very good. But we're learning that, or later we're going to read some. There are some differences, slight differences between some. There are some methods of using this kind of meta discourse. Okay, good. That's it. Okay, so those are the words that helps us to ensure that the text flows, has meaning for us. Okay, good, excellent, good. Who wants to continue reading? Sorry, meta discourse.
Me, professor.
Okay, Luz, Daniel.
Okay, meta discourse also includes authorial presence without the addition of prepositional information. In certain sense, meta discourse is the author instruction into the discourse, either explicitly or non-explicitly, to direct the reader rather than inform. Therefore, it readers not to the content to the text, but to the speaker writer, the listener reader, or the text. With regard to the elements encompassed by meta discourse, Adele distinguished between the broad view of meta discourse, which define as each of every linguistic resources that organize the text or contributes to communicating the author opinions and narrower view, a narrower view, which conceptualizes meta discourse exclusively as the linguistic elements that fulfill a textual functions. This narrow view is excessively constructive and overlooks the interpersonal essence of meta discourse. As a view et al. It's a French number.
Yeah.
Okay. Note in their literature review. In these theoretical frameworks, we must emphasize that analogously to how the definition of meta-discursive marker is not unitary, unitary, okay, neither are the ways that the term is classified.
Okay.
By Cuevas Alonso Miguel.
Yes, yes, that's right. This is talking about how to use meta discourse, right? Okay, what can you learn here? What is something? Is there, as Marta says, just to link the paragraphs or the sentences just like that? Or what else can you find when you use this meta discourse?
As he has said, also include authorial presence without the addition of prepositional information.
Yeah, that's it. No? Good, very good. It contributes to communicating the author opinion also. It's likely, you can see, they also say, don't say explicitly, this is my opinion. By using these meta discourse markers, he is giving his own opinion about the reading, okay? Good. Okay. Anything else? Something that you can understand in this? Any other comments or question? I think it's clear. So, to sum up, what is meta discourse markers? What are meta discourse markers, citizen? In your own words. Any idea? To sum up.
I think are words or phrases that help us to connect a text.
Yeah, that's it. Very good. But not only connect the text, but also the author writer, author thinkings.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And also it gives you idea. No? Yeah,
And those texts.
Yes.
It's like establish a communicative relation with the writer and the reader, as we reader can understand what the writer wants to communicate, to explain to us from the text.
Very good, Ana Carla. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. That's why
they should be organized.
Yes, Jackie.
They should be organized, Professor.
Yeah,
we use that discourse markers for organizing our text.
Yeah.
And yes, so it is so important.
That's why when you have this kind of words, you can organize your things. Okay. Okay. We're going to talk about the models that we had in meta discourse. Okay. And C. Can you explain the model of meta discourse? Okay. Who wants to read the next paragraph?
Me, Professor.
Please. Who say? Okay.
Okay, thank you, Professor. In her discussion of Williams and Mayer's classification, Chris Moore classified meta-discourse into two general categories: informational
the aspects of this course intended to improve the reader's understanding, the attitudinal, those that reveal the author's attitude towards the content or structure of the text, or towards the listener, readers. Chris Moore further divided each category into several subtypes.
Okay, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one of these categories of models, okay? There's Chris Moore, informal, and here we have the figure, okay? Informal and attitudinal, okay? Yes, okay? So we have the goals of global goal statements, pre-plans, global preliminary statement about content and structure, post-plans, global review of statement about content and structure, topicalizers of local sheet of topic. Okay. Attitudinal, salience, importance of idea, emphasize degree of certain of assertion, hedges degree of uncertainty, and evaluated attitude toward the facts of idea. Okay. So this author Chris Moore, okay, divided these two kind of markers, okay, meta discourse markers. Okay, good. Later we're going to deglose everyone. Okay, according to, okay, who wants to read the next one about this also? Van Couplet.
Me, Professor.
Okay, Brenda. Yes.
According to Van Koppel, meta-discourse can be divided into two functionally overlapping categories: textual meta-discourse and interpersonal meta-discourse. Thus, he established 7 types of meta-discursive markers, as illustrated by Figure 2. The first 4 types are textual, text-connective, code glosses, locution markers, and narrators, whereas the remaining 3 are interpersonal, validity markers, hedges, emphatics, and attributors, attitude markers, and commentaries. According to Van Koppel, meta-discourse can be divided into 2 functionally, creo que es the same, no? Overlapping.
Yes.
Yes, textual meta-discourse and interpersonal meta-discourse.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Okay, so this also divides these categories, no? Textual meta-discourse or interpersonal meta-discourse. And we can see here an example of this. Yes.
No, estoy en clase, no.
Interpersonal meta-discourse, validity markers, commentaries, attitude markers. Textual meta-discourse, disconnected narrators, code clauses, and indication markers. Okay. Good. These are these also the other. Okay. Let's learn something about these other authors. Okay. Who wants to read this?
Me, Professor.
Yes, Maria Carmela, please.
Chris Moore and Farnsworth added the category of scientific commentaries and Chris Mort et al. Divided meta-discourse into textual meta-discourse, text markers, and interpretative markers, and interpersonal meta-discourse. Hedges certainly markers, attributors, attitudes, markers, and commentaries. Focusing on academic texts, Highland proposed a modification of the classification in order to distinguish between textual and interpersonal meta-discourse. In addition, Highland offered a more interpersonal perception of meta-discourse. Studies following this approach reject the dichotomy of textual and interpersonal functions and develop a model tailored to text characterized as an academic writing.
Yes, that's it. So we have here in a graphic, it's models, no? Interactive meta-discourse. Okay, so we have here some examples. For example, transitions, no? In order, sorry, in addition, but, thus, and. Okay, you use this to make transitions. Okay, frame markers. Finally, to conclude, my purpose is endophoric markers. Note above. Okay, see figure in section. Okay, so this endophoric markers. Do you remember the cataphoric and phoric? Evidentials according to states, okay? Code clauses, namely, e.g., such as, in other words. Okay, so you have here the differences between these connectors.